Hi, darling goddesses. I've got a cold or a virus or something, and I had to go to the doctor today because I had to get a flu shot. But it hasn't stopped me from fulfilling my promise to you, which is to publish a video for you with the our upcoming event. Love Knocks, my goddess relationship on May 20 in Sydney. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about who it's good for and tell you a little bit about myself and about the Arete Goddess events, because what I advocate is that life can be a work of art that we can create just like we create a beautiful meal. And I want to tell you, the Arete Goddess Events journey is actually with the aim of encouraging and giving all the tools that you need to become powerful, independent, successful entrepreneurs to solve our problem here in Australia, which is that half of our middle-aged women have $8,000 or less in super. Not to mention a third of our grandmothers aging in poverty, and those figures set to rise. So what we need to do is hone in on our purpose and make it happen, which is exactly what the events are all about, by boosting self-worth, which happens to be, unfortunately, our number one issue, even if it's underlying and we don't know about it. So we've designed these amazing events compiling the best working breakthrough accelerated result tools and bringing in experts as well as myself. I'll be holding workshops and speaking, but a lot of amazing experts in every area that self-worth impacts. And hello, the next one is on relationships, and relationships are a huge part of our life. The relationship with the self, the relationship at work with your family, not to mention intimate relationships. And when you think about it, the fact that 1 in 4 of us is abused and one woman dies in Australia alone every single week, well, that really affects our self-worth. And I can actually share my own story here. Now, this is both to do with relationships and also to do with viewing life and creating a work of art. Okay? Firstly, I can think of one relationship among many that left me with such low self-esteem that I actually had to go to a therapist. And she, I remember, in the process of therapy, used to put me on high chairs and make me feel like a queen to boost my self-esteem. That is just one example. I have been betrayed time and time and time again, and the gift of that has been, this is unrelated, okay? But early on in my life, I suffered massive panic attacks, and I used to be rushed to hospital, and that was a huge gift because I had to do something about it. Okay, now when you consider that you need a coach, say if you're playing sport or whatever you're doing, a business coach, for instance, we all need coaches at certain times of our life. And I believe that coaching in personal growth and development, boosting self-esteem, has transformational effects on our life. And I am a prime example of that, because my extraordinary life journey led me to my dream home, which was actually a quiet place where I could heal all the duress that I'd been through in my life. And would you believe that home happens to be social housing, which has been my healing sanctuary and a beautiful space of peace and quiet and tranquility. Now, anyone else would look at that and say, oh my God, she lives in public housing. Like, how can she think that is the best? Well, it's been the best gift for me because it has been healing, and it has allowed me to rebuild my life, get rid of all those debts which I gathered by having to move 1,000,000 times with a whole house full of furniture. So if you ever need an expert in moving, packing up and purging, that's me, okay? Now, I am now sitting here to make an announcement to you that the personal growth and spiritual growth and the work I've put into myself has resulted in me just over 50. I won't tell you exactly how old I am. Setting up a company and becoming the managing director of my own company for the first time in my life. And my whole purpose is to empower you, to bring everyone together to empower you. Now, with relationships, who is my goddess relationship good for? Okay. How can I put this to you? It is good for you if you can honestly say, I've had enough. I've had enough of being bullied. I've had enough of being controlled. I've had enough of being intimidated and not being able to assert myself and speak in my authentic voice and be all of who I really, really am. Not someone who is pleasing others and keeping the peace and being nurturing and saving others despite ourselves. So, to go even further, 1 in 4 of us, to those of us who have been abused, because we've got all the best tools for you and they're painless too, okay? So that is why my goddess relationship, the second event in the journey of goddess events, is so important, because relationships play a huge part in our life. How do we transform toxic family relationships? Excuse me, you can tell I'm not well. How do we transform really challenging work relationships? And most of all, how do we transform our intimate relationships? And go from being victim, shaming, blaming, naming, worst of all, being resigned. If you are resigned, if you're actually happy with the status quo, where you are today, if you've closed yourself off from relationship because it's just too painful, or if you've given up that there's anything genuine out there that is heart-driven and genuine, then this is not for you, okay? If you are just happy being average, having an average life, and not doing the work to become an amazing entrepreneur in your full power, then I wish you all the very best. But if you want to reconnect to fun, which is something we forget, bogged down by obligation and responsibility, and if you want to go on a transformational adventure and commit a year of your life to daily practice, because honestly, that's what it takes to transform patterns and beliefs we've built up over a lifetime. Just think, it takes 27 days to break or make a pattern. Imagine what it takes a lifetime. So a year out of a lifetime of struggle to go into ease is nothing, trust me. And the best thing is, it's good feeling work. So from the moment you start doing it, you'll feel fantastic. You'll want to keep doing it. So that's a great addiction to have. With that, I leave you, my darlings. And I can't wait to see you on May 20 at Love Knocks, my goddess relationship, right here in Sydney at the Hyde Park Forum, a beautiful venue. It'll be dressed like a work of art to give you a cellular feeling of well-being and inspiration. I look forward to seeing you. We all do, because we have Christy Charlton, our NLP master practitioner, coming to do some work with you. We have Mia Mortal, who's going to do an amazing burlesque performance and teach you the art of tease. We have Ali Meal, who's going to free your voice so you can be assertive and speak your truth in peace. And we have Marta Madison, who's going to be exhibiting her beautiful goddess artwork and her paintings, but she's also going to share with you her work of art relationship. And trust me, it is so inspiring. You're going to love it. I mean, there's so much more. So just get on to Eventbrite. That's where you can see all the details and book your tickets. Make sure you book soon because numbers are limited. And we can't wait to see you for an amazing day. Bye for now.